Yep. My experience with Kid Dracula. 1990. This is about to be a weird video, bro. Alright. Ooh, Aaron, do you have a game request for me? Ooh, I would appreciate that. I love game requests, man. Do you want to play it on the channel, or do you want to make just like a review for it? Because I'll do either one of the two. If not both, maybe just sometime in the future. But anyways, so this is my experience with Kid Dracula. Okay? And I won't lie, the title for this game, or the title I put for this, you know, my experience with Kid Dracula, think of Mega Man but with Dracula instead, really says a lot for this game. Because when you play this game, I'm not going to lie, going into this game, after playing Castlevania, 1, Castlevania 2, Castlevania 3, Super Castlevania 4, 2 of the Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu on NES. I beat it, and it's super cool. Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu. Let me write that down somewhere, because thank you. I appreciate game suggestions. I'll write that down in there somewhere for you. Alright, hold on. I got you, bro. I don't want to use any pages I've already used, because I am currently working on another project in here, in my notes, but matter of fact, I'll get it right after this video, so I don't really have to worry about on Action Kung Fu NES. Perfect. Thank you, my man. But anyways, let's continue this review, right? So, after playing all those games, about Castlevania, and by the way, sadly, if you want to know, the Castlevania collection for Nintendo Switch, I'm just going to drop it here, does not have Symphony of the Night. So, if you want me to play Symphony of the Night, I'm going to have to wait until, either Louis hooks me up with a PlayStation gift card to buy me Symphony of the Night and whatnot. So, because it's not available on Nintendo Switch at this time period that I'm making this video. But anyway, so, I got into Kid Dracula. I had no idea this game existed. I'm going to be so real. I remember getting into the Castlevania series, and all I hear about is, Symphony of the Night, Castlevania 3, Castlevania 1, Super Castlevania 4, the one for Super Nintendo. I hear about all the other ones, right? And maybe the Game Boy games, if you're really getting into really niche Castlevania games and stuff. Or Dracula X. A lot of people love Dracula X. Or Castlevania Bloodlines, the one I talked about before. But anyways, right? So people talk about Castlevania with those games, right? And when I saw Kid Dracula in this collection as the last game in the collection, I was like, I had my expectations because I was thinking, Kid Dracula, is this where we're Baby Simon or something? Or what? Is Dracula gonna, beat his dad or something? What is this? What is this game? What is the expectation? So, I boot up the game, and I might show gameplay because I did just show the intro, but I boot up the game, and it is this kitty-like game where there's monsters and Frankenstein monsters and ghosts and ghouls and all that other sort of stuff. Not ghosts and goblins or ghouls and ghosts, right? Not on that level. But think of Mega Man, but really, really kitty. Extremely kitty. You guys think Mega Man, classic Mega Man's character designs were kind of cute and oh, it's kind of cute, the designs. Kid Dracula kind of takes that a little bit with a step further, a little bit in my opinion, in terms of the cutesy character designs and all that other sort of stuff, right? That's what I felt like throughout the entire adventure going through Kid Dracula. You get abilities after every stage, like a Mega Man game. You run and you jump kind of like Mega Man, where you don't have I don't think you have crazy knockback. Actually, you might have a little bit of knockback, but not too much knockback. I don't know. This game was cool, but it was really weird and niche for me because, as you guys know, I'm not used to playing Dracula. You know who I'm used to? I'm used to playing the hero that slays Dracula at the end of the adventure. So actually playing like a kid version of him from like hundreds of years ago. You know, before the Belmonts, before Dracula really took over and became the evil lord, you know, of the land and stuff. You know, I'm playing a dude that's a little kid, but he's still evil and stuff. And I thought the game, again, was cool. It had its unique flair, but I was like, a Castlevania game that plays more like Mega Man? Since freaking when? When did Konami decide to be like, you know what, kid, you know what, let's take Dracula, the most iconic villain in the entire Castlevania series, one of the most iconic characters in known history, you know, in terms of a vampire or whatever. And let's make him a little kid, but also make it more centered around Mega Man's gameplay. Since Mega Man was the hot shit back in the 90s at the time. So let's make it like a Mega Man game. Did they exceed? Did they succeed at this? In my opinion? Since you guys know, I played every freaking Mega Man known to man over here. I played Mega Man 1 to 11 of Classic Series. You know, I played the Game Boy games. All of it's on camera, by the way. So I played all the Game Boy games, too. I played the entirety of X Series. I've even played the Game Boy game a little bit, like, for a replay on the channel, which I didn't really like all that much, but it's alright. And all that other sort of stuff. So I love myself some Mega Man. I even played all 4 of the Zero games on the channel, so y'all know I'm a Mega Man dude. And when I played this game, it kind of felt like a weird relief, you know, because don't get me wrong, like Castlevania games, they are fun as all hell. I love playing, you know, Simon Richter and all the Belmonts and stuff. But keep in mind, Castlevania games aren't necessarily easy for me, you know? They're pretty dang difficult. I would even argue Mega Man is pretty difficult for me, too. I probably would not have played if they didn't have save states or some type of easier difficulty just for me, you know what I mean? I probably wouldn't have played them too much. But yeah, Castlevania, like, stresses me out. So seeing that this game was kind of taking a page out of Mega Man's book a little bit with your little power-ups where you get to, like, throw little fireballs at your hands, you get to charge it up and do a giant charge shot. I got a series that you and me and Rennie can watch that I think you guys would like as well. Okay, Dave, we're getting suggestions of the freaking thing today. Let me pull up I might as well should have just left it here. Will give me ideas for NES. I mean, I'm definitely going to be playing the video game. Trust, you guys know me with video games. Okay. Anyways, but, Demon Lord 2099. Okay, this is a game. I'm going to put game right here so you guys know. And you said, Dave said, Demon Lord 2099, TV series. Alright. Oh, that goes to show I do not write. I mean, look at my writing. It's something, alright. Can you believe I graduated at a 4th grade level? You know what? And, you know, just re-remembering that is kind of crazy, because I actually, oof. Okay, but anyways, that aside, right? Hey there, buddy. Yo, G-Man, welcome to the stream. My bad for not saying hi to you earlier. My bad. As long as you can read your own writing, lol. I mean, I can read my own writing. That's something I can, you know, read. But anyways, as I was saying, right? Yeah, I was like, this is a nice little game. Like, I'm going to show you guys gameplay a little bit of Kid Dracula so you guys can get a little bit of better understanding of what I mean, right? Let me show y'all a little bit, right? It's totally fine. Here you go. This is what Kid Dracula plays like. I'm gonna show you, right? You got your game start. The story kind of starts with, you know, Kid Dracula being rosed up from his little tombstone, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, a lot of flashing. You're gonna deal with that a lot. And there he goes, Kid Dracula, Lil Dracula. Not even adult Dracula, Lil Dracula. And you run around charging your shots, taking out enemies, running, jumping, and shooting your shots at people. And then you see this little thing down here. This is like your base fire, level 1 fire. You get different levels of fire. So meaning you get, like, for example, after beating a boss, you get like homing fire, ice fire, bomb fire, where basically, you fully charge it and it explodes. When you shoot it out, it explodes, basically doing wider damage and stuff. The homing one is basically like you charge up your fire shot and it spirals into 5-6 different little mini balls that will do like multiple damage on one enemy. Wanda Mantis, welcome back to the channel, man. I haven't seen you in a long time. Good seeing you, bro. Good to have you back, brother. Give me a hug. God bless you. Hope you've been doing well. But and then you get like the ice one where you fully charge your shot. You get an ice shot and you freaking shoot your ice at them like you would. You fully charge it, you throw it, and the enemy will freeze in place. And then you can just you can either choose to jump on them after that point and then get to somewhere you can't reach, or you can use, or you can just spam little fireballs to just kind of murk them and get them out of the way. And then I think you get another ability where you transform into your bat little transformation. So you can like fly for a little bit, and then you get a power where you get to go upside down and flip your own gravity. Those are like all the powers you get in Kid Dracula, and to be honest with you, the homing shot was like my best friend for a long time in this game. And there is one thing I do not like about this game. Obviously, boss fights are okay. A lot of them were pretty quick to deal with, sometimes a little easy, on the easy side. If you got save states. But one of the bosses, I think it was near the end game boss, I think. It was either the final boss or near end game boss, like the second to last level, because there's 9 levels in this entire game, so the game is not even going to take you that long either to play if you wanted to sit there and play it. Definitely recommend you get the Castlevania collection so you can get Kid Dracula and a lot of other things in there. But anyways, back to what I was saying about the levels, right? The levels they can go for pretty long, and then there's also mini games. The levels can go for like 5-10 minutes a pop. Not really super long. Like, I would probably lean 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, but if you don't know what you're doing, then it might take longer. Especially if you haven't played like a Mega Man game before this. Then something like that makes a little bit more sense. But anyways, I digress. So other than all that, some bosses in this game, if I'm not mistaken, like, some bosses in this game are okay, but then there's also other bosses that are just straight up not okay. You know what I mean? In terms of overall gameplay and just how it feels to, play. But again, back to what I was saying, like I said before, yeah, I don't think there's really that much I could talk about this game, other than, like, maybe the final boss and the second to final boss, where you fight 3 to 4 different bosses. If you die on any of them, you go all the way back to the beginning, like the first boss, and all you have is 5 hit points max, and it's like, well, that's kind of a, difficulty spike, if you ask me, in my honest opinion. I don't think I approve of that for a near final boss. Then the final boss is Gomoth, where basically he shoots lightning out of his hands, but also shoots a fireball, and you need to shoot fire in his mouth while he shoots his fire back at you, and you need to go back and forth and do that a few times, and then you beat the game and you win. Like I said, Kid Dracula is, Mega Man, but more kiddish, and the gameplay loop is pretty alright. Now, do I think Kid Dracula is better than any of the other Castlevania games in this collection? I think I enjoyed Kid Dracula more than the Game Boy titles of Castlevania. But if you want to compare it to Castlevania 1 and 3 and 4, nah. This is how I would rank it, right? Since I beat all the games in the Anniversary Collection of Castlevania. It would go, and there's only like 4 to 5 games. One to Mantis, you did not have to donate $5 or... Yeah, you did not have to donate $3, bro. You did not have to donate that, bro. Thank you so much for donating that. But anyways, as I was saying, right? Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. But, my bad. I'm all over the place in this video. But, shoot, what the freak was I just talking about? Now I kind of forgot because that donation surprised me. Hold on. $5 or... Yeah, you didn't... And there's only like 4 to 5 of Castlevania. Oh yeah, I was ranking the Castlevania games in this selection, in this collection. My fault. Here you go, Sigma, bro. Man said Sigma, bro. You're a Sigma, bro. Hey, bro. I ain't no Sigma. I'm just like the rest of y'all, man. Just living our days. You know what I mean? But anyways, right? So let me tell you, it would go. Freak. Castlevania 2. Or Castlevania Belmont's Revenge. Then it would go the first Game Boy game. Then it would go Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. Right? Then it would go, and by the way, lowest is like what I said first. You know, that's the lowest, and then second lowest, third lowest, and then these are like my top 2. Castlevania 1 was actually a really solid game. I liked Castlevania 1, but if I had to choose Castlevania 1 or 3, I think I would actually choose the Japanese version of 3 a little bit more over Castlevania 1, right? And then my favorite one out of all of these games I played so far was Super Castlevania 4, where it's just a remake / a retelling of Castlevania 4, it's not a retelling Castlevania 4, I mean a retelling Castlevania 1. But with better graphics, better control, the music just slaps, it's superb. What I'm talking about I was talking about Kid Dracula, but since I finished every game in that said collection of Castlevania games, I decided to rank them right here, you know, like which ones I think were the best ones in the collection. Even though I sadly played Castlevania 4 not through this collection, I played it through emulation before I even had the collection. So, that's something. But anyways, I digress. Kid Dracula is a pretty decent game. It's not bad. It's not the worst game in this collection. There are better games you can play than Kid Dracula if you really want a Mega Man fix. Like, if you loved Kid Dracula and you never played Mega Man, I would definitely recommend you play Mega Man after Kid Dracula, because Mega Man does a lot with Kid Dracula's formula that Kid Dracula doesn't even try to expand upon and stuff. Oh, forgot to mention this about Kid Dracula. Every time you beat a stage, there's also like these mini games, like spin the wheel, do this, you know, stab the skeleton mini game, and then there's this choose a lane to choose A, B, or C like mini game joint. Those are like the mini games you do after every level. And to be honest, the mini games after a little bit, like, they're cool, but I sort of want to get a move on, and you can't really get a move on until you complete one of these mini games, which, depending on how patient you are, depending on who or what you are as a person, you might A, find these games really enjoyable, or B, you might find these games annoying, or C, you don't really have a strong opinion about them. You're just okay with them. But anyways, like I said, that's it. I already made like a nearly 3-hour stream on a Naruto Storm Trilogy. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave a like, also comment, subscribe. God bless you. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next My Experience video on something or whatever I choose to make for today. But anyways, see you guys next time. Peace. This is what I have for an outro for the video, since I don't, this is streamed, so I don't got like a fully edited intro or a fully edited outro. I know I could make regular videos on these, but the streaming factor is the fun part for me, where I just talk about it live, you know. I just I don't know how to even say that. Ash Redfoot, what's up, man? Hi, how you doing? I'm just about to end this one. Anyways, let me get out of here. This outro is kind of long. I